What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? My name is J.R. Morales, and I'm coming at you live from Panama City, Panama, with the Attract, Teach, Monetize show. And I have a great one for you today. It actually came from a call I was having earlier with a client, and he mentioned something that immediately triggered in me that was a red flag, and it's something that I wanted him to avoid. And of course, I want you to avoid as well. Now, if you want to learn the absolute best ways to attract, teach, and monetize your audience in a way that's cool without being needy or salesy or pushy or anything like that, head on over to moralesclass.com. That's where we're going to make it happen. I have a free class for you there. It's nothing to pay for, so don't worry about it. You're just going to show up, and we're going to share some time. I'm going to show you some of the key principles into this system, and if it's the right fit for you, then we may do something together. If not, hey, you'll definitely learn some stuff, and it'll definitely help you along the way, and I'll explain why. And that brings me back to precisely the point that I'm talking about today, and it is that I had this call with a client earlier, and he mentioned this thing of like, now that, I asked him like, where was he pivoting? And he said that, now I'm going to sell X. And I told him, well, why did you start there? I mean, why did you start with what's the thing to sell? And this is a very, very common issue that I've noticed happens, many, many times in business, where we immediately focus on the thing, right? But the problem is that the thing isn't really what's relevant. What's really important is the market, right? There's an old strategy by Jay Abraham, which is one of the most brilliant minds the business world has ever seen, and one of my mentors. And he spoke about something he calls the strategy of preeminence, which is pretty much this. It's like, listen, most people fall in love with their product, their company, their business, their advantage, whatever it is, they fall in love with those, right? Instead of, hang on a second. This. Okay, so they fall in love with all those things instead of falling in love with who they need to fall in love with the most, which is their customer. Why? Why is this so relevant? Let me tell you. This is so relevant because when you are focused on the customer, right? When you fall in love with your marketplace, when everything you're doing is because you fell in love with them, right? What that creates is a filter for you where everything you actually do, all those decisions are made for the betterment of your market, who's the only person that matters anyway, right? Everything that you do is for their betterment, right? And here's what happens. Most people, right, because they focus on their product and because they're focused on their thing, they're not really about their market. And just starting with the idea that I'm all about bettering the lives of my market. I'm here to serve them, not to extract money from them, but to actually serve them, right? So the more you serve them, that means the more value you create in their lives. And therefore, there's going to be some sort of retribution, whether it's paid or however it happens. But obviously, if you're delivering value to someone, I like to say that money follows value. So wherever value goes, money's going to follow it very quickly, right? Money's always attracted to value. So if you figure out how you can deliver the best value to your audience, right? That's how you really win at this game. That's how you really are able to market whatever your business is and whatever it is that you do, because you focus on the audience. You don't focus on your product. This is the same kind of thing that you see when you visit a website, and the website's all about, the company, instead of something that's customer facing, that's about the customer. Hey, are you thinking about this? Here's something that can help you, right? That's really the way you want to call those things out, and really the way that you want to go through it. Now, what happens is, if everything that you do is about making their lives better, making their experience of life better, right? Now you're taking better decisions. So then you have to figure out who's the person that you can actually help. And this, to me, I struggled myself, I struggled myself for a long time with this issue, because I used to think, based on this whole niche marketing idea, that I was going to, just be able to tap into any market and then boom, instant money, right? Boom, instant money. Well, that wasn't my experience, right? When I got into a market, the moment that I would find that things weren't working out the way I wanted them to, I would either bail or blame it on the market and then switch to a different market and whatever. And of course, there were some of those mistakes done there. But later on in my career, I realized one key thing, one key question that I want to share with you today, and that I'm covering in depth over at moralesclass.com when you decide to join us for that free class. But the question that I asked myself, right, was what kind of client or what kind of market do I want to be in that I want to create a live event for? And this was a critical question to me because the moment that I realized that I was picking markets based on, whether there's demand, whether something can be sold there. But of course, the moment that anything gets a little bit choppy, which of course in business, it happens very regularly. Well, the moment it gets choppy, there's nothing that attaches me to that because I'm not really committed to serving that market as a market. So I started thinking of like, okay, what's the market? What will be the thing that would allow me to target the right market or the right kind of market that I want to get? And what I realized was, if I were to create a live event for this, where I'm hanging out with these people, right? Who would those people be? Then everything clarified for me. Then I realized that I really do and love spending time with marketers and experts and coaches and entrepreneurs that are trying to grow their businesses, right? That's something that I'm passionate about. Every day I'm thinking about this and developing on this and creating new things with my clients and new success stories. And this is something that once you incorporate it into your life, I mean, just think about it. What if you pick the niche or the market of the people that you want to surround yourself with? None of this like, oh yeah, but these guys are sort of idiots and they don't really get it and they just buy and they're kind of crazy like that. No, you actually enjoy being with these people because guess what? It's the people that do that win. It's the people that do that, right? That pick the right market, the market they want to surround themselves by. Those are the people who win. Okay, those are the people who win. Now, if you were to choose these people, right, one of my favorite questions and one of the things that we cover in depth when we're going into identifying your perfect client in the ATM system, which is what I cover over at moralesclass.com, one of the best ways to do that is to ask yourselves, who are they not, right? We've all had, let's say not ideal client experiences, right? Not the best client. And you know who I'm referring to, that guy that pays late, demands a lot, gives zero props on what's happening, does not give feedback, does not hand in their stuff in time. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that we know already from nightmare experiences. Well, what if we're able to take those nightmare experiences, right, and focusing on who they're not and writing all these, like all the things that may have happened to you in your business already that you hated, right? And now let's flip that. Let's flip it. So now you focus only on the people that, pay on time. They believe in handing in their work when it's required. They believe in showing up on time. They believe in respecting time. They believe in, taking action on the right things that need to be taken action on. So once you key in on those things, right, not only are you focusing on the right people for you, but you're also focusing on the right people that you can actually deliver for. So then your capabilities of success increase exponentially, right? But remember, we started with this idea of like, hey, I just got a product. I just want to sell a product. But as we went down this path of focusing on the market, what you realize is that it's more complex than just selling a particular product. You want to be able to put yourself, especially if you do any kind of online thing where it's about transformation, insight, information type business, you definitely want to focus on working with a market where you're interested in being there long-term, where you'd want to hang out with those people, you wouldn't find them bothersome, and you want to really serve them because it'll come across in everything you do. It'll come across in your marketing, your stories, your videos, your products, everything, because everything is to help them. Just as everything I do is for me to help serve you, right? I want to serve you. If you're an expert, coach, consultant, online entrepreneur, online marketer, those are my people. That's the people I want to serve. That's the people I want to lead. And if you want to see how I do that and you want to take a deeper dive on all this kind of stuff that I talk about, head on over to moralesclass.com. It's a totally free class, nothing to pay for right there. You're just going to show up and I'm going to take you through a series of pillars that once I understood them really showed me how to take my game to the next level. Those pillars, unsurprisingly, are attract, teach, and monetize. But I'm going to show you exactly how we do it so you can do it as well in your business and take your game to the next level. Till next time, this is JR Morales signing out. I'll see you on the next one.